The engine is still
We're for launch. GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Becoming Universally Aligned. My name is Cindy, and I'm your host. How is everybody doing tonight? We have a couple people in the chat already. So hi, Michelle, and hi, Denise. How are you doing? I'm just curious how we are feeling. I was looking at the Schumann, and so there's the vertical lines of the integration. It's not as much anymore, but we're still looking at the heart and the throat. It looks like there's some new energy coming in there. So tonight with the sound bath, we really worked on the root, the throat chakra, and pulling it in the crown as well. So just wondering how people are feeling with that, because we have the full moon. The moon is pretty large at the moment, but I think in the morning you'll be seeing it as the blood moon. So today I have, my guest is Stephanie Malo, and she is an energy writer. And I think some of you may have seen her on Carrie Lynn Shellhorn's Spirit Switchboard. She's been on there a couple times. That's where I have seen her. And she doesn't live too far away from me. So I'm going to pull her on, and we'll talk about, she does therapeutic touch. She has courses in presence that we will talk about as well. And she's doing healing sessions for the spring equinox coming up as well. And she's co-creating this with Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. So later, Carrie Lynn is going to pop in as well. So that's super exciting. So let's get Stephanie in here. Welcome, Stephanie. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Yes, so we are a little bit smaller. I don't know how to adjust that, but we'll see when Carolyn comes in how three of us are in here. I might have to do some adjusting. But so welcome, and thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited.
Yes. So I feel like what you have done and what you are doing is kind of what we are trying to do right now, the becoming universally aligned. So you are doing the meditation, you're doing the writing, so and like that is through the throat chakra, heart, all of it, right? And then
Yes.
you're also sharing it with others too. So that's like, I just thought, oh, I gotta have her on because you're the perfect fit for what this show is, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so do you want to, now the first, I have the first one. I don't have your other two. So
Ah,
of the series, you have three now.
yes. Yes. So the first one, I go by colors for them, but they're the Stopping to Smell the Flowers series. And the first one is pink, the second one's blue, and the third one's yellow. And they all have different subtitles. So the pink one is Extraordinary Observations of Everyday Life. And the blue one is Everything's Coming Up Roses. And the yellow one is The Space in Between.
Oh, okay. So it's Everything is Coming Up Roses is the one that I have then.
Okay, so you have the second one. Yeah. They were all born at different times, just like kids, but I'm not allowed to say, I don't let myself say which one's my favorite because all the
Yeah.
kids are great.
And so can I ask you then, as you're writing, do you have a lot of writings set aside and then you say, oh, I'm going to create this book with it? Do you pick them, or is it you get so many and then you say, this is my book, and then the next set? Do you know
The
what I'm trying
way,
to say?
yes, totally. And the way it, and it's like, it's related to the word in your podcast, aligned, right? It was total alignment. So it's not so much a process as it is a download. The writing process was so fascinating for me to be a part of because um, I believe I would get a download or I would channel what was a story, and it's a story if others can relate to it. So the stories they're short stories seen through my lens about life, but it's like I do feel I was guided to write those stories in order to help others heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the way to describe how the stories were written, like I might even have been driving and got an idea or noticed something, and all I had to do was write down 3 words. And so sometimes I'd write it on a little pad of paper in my car or on a napkin at a restaurant, and those 3 words would anchor the story. And I could literally come back to those 3 words, and did, years later, 5 years later, 8 years later, not always that long, but
It's like a
so
key code.
yes. And so
Yeah.
I would take those 3 words and instantly remember the story. And then
Wow.
the way the story would come out is I would handwrite, and I could hardly keep up with the writing. And then I would enter it into the computer, and it was a little more like editing when I entered it in, but then there's the additional process later before publishing of like the technical editing part, which is not my favorite, but the books felt channeled.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
Isn't
Now,
it? Like, and I didn't know at the time. I was just aligning and answering the call, but I may not have realized I was doing that at the
so
time.
were you journaling, like, did you love writing in school and
Yes.
younger? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always been something that you've enjoyed
Yes,
too.
absolutely. It's
Yeah.
that one creative thing that brings me so much joy.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I am going to, I did have some more questions, but I think that you actually answered that all in the one there.
I do that a lot.
Because it sounds like you don't have to prepare for it. It's coming to you.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So there's
Yes.
no sitting to meditate.
Well, and there is too, because let's say I have my 3 words anchored and it's time to write it out or type it out. I will the books were also written like this. So when it's writing time, like time to do something, part of my writing process is just sitting. And I also often laugh if anyone were to be watching me write, they'd be like, she's not doing anything. So a big part of it is I'll sit with my coffee or tea and just kind of like literally be in the moment. Um,
And then
because
is it visual or do you hear the words?
um, I think I hear them, or it's like an energetic nudge, and I all of a sudden after resting or pausing, I'll be like, oh, here we go. Like it's tuning in, right? So a little bit of that is being able to be still. It's similar to meditation. Um, but I'm seeing it now as it's opening the channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Um, so when do you think what opened this up for you? Like, what do you think it was that guided you to this?
Yeah, I remember so first of all, the whole process of writing, it's like I always tell people, I always have this saying, joy is our birthright. And if that's true, if joy is our birthright, what would we do? Like what are we going to do with that? So my joy was writing, and so that was just following that natural call to do that. Um and so I do remember a story though. So it's like it's like if you like to paint, you're a painter on canvas and you make paintings, but you never show anyone. That's okay. But
Yeah.
it's like, so what I had discovered like a shoebox of these words, like the anchored words, and then some of the stories written out. And I remember thinking, what, like I was cleaning up and I thought, what is this? Oh, this is my stuff. This is my writing. And I thought, what do I do with it? Like, and I thought I can either throw it out. Like I honestly remember thinking that because I was cleaning up. What is this? I didn't consciously know what it was.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I can throw it out or I can type it into the computer. And so I thought, well, I'm going to choose to type it into the computer. Maybe my daughter would want to read that. My son hadn't been born yet, so I thought maybe my daughter would like to read this. So it was worth keeping. And then as I was typing it out, it was that moment of typing it out where I was like, oh, this story goes at the very end for sure.
Oh.
And then I was like, this story goes in between these two. And then I was like, uh-oh. And it's like I describe it as a tap on the shoulder or a nudge. And I was like, this could be a book. And then I was instantly like, no, it couldn't. Like then the fear comes in, right? Like, but when I get that tap on the shoulder, I do answer the call every time. Because it's like, I mean, we're here. Why not explore what it is we might be
Yeah.
called to do while we're here, So
And
it
that
came
other part of it too, sorry.
quite
The other
organically.
part of it too is, like you say, sharing it with someone else. Someone else might need to hear that story, right? Because that was what I was going to ask too. Do you have anyone who has, I mean, you probably have a lot of people that have read your stories and certain ways how these have helped them. Do you have?
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's such an honor to hear these things. And I hear similar themes. So one of the themes is people say, they'll text me or message me or something and say, I just read a story that made me feel and realize that I'm on the right path right now. So it's this verification that we're not doing this wrong. Like all the things you're thinking of and doing, like you're on track. So
Yeah.
that's neat. Another thing is people have said, they have literally said, how do you get inside my head? You're writing about thoughts that I have that I didn't know other people thought. And then another thing people say is, and this is one of the biggest compliments to me, like I'm like, what? They say they've put sticky notes through the books to mark what they just read. And I don't know. I'm sure you've had this experience too, Cindy. Like when you're reading a book, and I've had it with other books where I'm like, did I just read that? Like you're just like, you stop reading for a second and you're like, oh, like
Yeah.
you've made that connection to something that you're like, did I really just read that? So
Yeah.
to think that something that I wrote affected somebody else like that is like the biggest compliment ever
Yeah.
for me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So, oh yeah, readers have already. I thought we just went through all of my questions already.
That's okay. I can keep talking forever.
Yeah. So I do want to show the hut though
Oh yeah.
here. Well, let's talk about your healing and resource center. So this is the meditation hut, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So let me go in and share this here. Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful. You can
Thank
see all
you.
the tapestry inside there and the pillows. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's a safe space. And so that was a picture taken tonight while I was walking to it to connect with your podcast, and it just glows, like it's a really special space.
Yeah, it is. It looks beautiful.
Thanks.
So it's all year round that you use it as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
insulated, so it's air conditioned and in the summer and heated in the winter, and it's average of 20 degrees in here at any given time.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna try and get back here. I'm trying to figure out how to stop sharing. Oh,
I
there
think
it is.
top right says exit full. Yeah, there you go. I'm like,
There. I know. It's a lot of buttons on here. I did figure out how to do that though, because I think before I thought I had to be like on the internet for a tab to be open, and then we did find where I can have anything open on the screen and share
oh,
it now,
neat.
so that's good. Yeah.
You're a computer wizard now, after all.
Yeah, it's some learning. So I'm gonna go in here. So we have Denise. Denise is
Hello,
doing
Denise.
all right. Oops, I guess I have to pull it up over here. Yeah, this is from earlier when I was asking how everyone was feeling with this energy of the full moon coming. And yeah, Denise is saying hi, Steph.
Hello.
And then we have Blake.
Yes, I know Blake. So Blake and I just finished a fantastical course. It's a new word. I'm making it up. Fantastical, called Become. I don't know if you know Julie Krause, but she runs this program once a year, and it just finished, and it was life changing for me. So Blake was in that course as well, and it was about becoming a spiritual advisor, and it was insane. It was so great. It was every Friday for an hour and a half for 6 months. Denise, I'm in Chelmsford, Ontario, so I'm between London and Woodstock. Yeah, so I hold group sessions and one-to-one sessions in the meditation hut, and I can do that virtually or in person. But if it's virtually, I'm in the magical space of the meditation hut here for the sessions. So
Yeah, and I think I do have your website on
yes,
here,
thank you.
scrolling across the bottom. So Denise is in Woodstock too. Yeah,
Oh, Denise, you're
yeah,
gonna have to come for a program, an
yeah.
offering.
Yes. So yeah, when in about 10 minutes or so, when Carrie Lynn comes in, we'll talk about your Do you still have spots available for that
No,
session?
it's sold out. The spring equinox is sold out. And when we did the first one we did was a winter solstice event, and it sold out as well. It's pretty fun.
Yes.
Now, mind you, we can only pack in 7 people plus me and Carrie Lynn. So it's it's a really sacred, intimate event. But like you said, we'll talk about it more when she comes on.
Yeah. And so do you still hold meditations okay.
Yes.
Is it certain nights?
Yes. So I've done up a calendar of events for 2026. So March is guided meditation, and it's not sold out yet. There's, I think, 1 seat left. And then in April, so it alternates months. In April, it's something called the Light Circle. And so I describe that as a spiritual book club. And so we discuss the stories specifically in the third Stopping to Smell the Flowers, the space in between, because it's a very spiritual, energetic book out of the 3.
Okay.
And then it ends with guided meditation. And then there's a new series that I'm offering, brand spanking new, that I'm calling the Immersion series. So it's a little more related to the next series that I'm writing that is about manifestation, but it's like, it's got all these components to it, like how to harness the energy in us and around us to actually get that life of our dreams, which technically speaking is really, I think, feeling happy. Back to that joy is my birthright, you know? So it's like, it's this series that gives people tools on how to start to play with this energy.
Yeah. And and I feel too, like it's being honest with yourself of what is making you happy, right? Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Steph is amazing and soared with her gifts and taught me so much about alchemy of writing. Steph, do you pray or make contact with specific energies before writing, or do you let anything flow?
Yeah, I don't pray before writing unless I have a deadline. I'm just kidding. But I do it's that channeling piece. So I feel like I'm going to take a bit of a leap here, because I think sometimes I do things without realizing I'm doing it. But I really do believe we all have guides around us.
Yeah.
And so if it's a relationship, then they're always around me. And so I can for sure call on them at any time. And I learned more about that in that course, Blake, that we just took, the Become course. But I honestly feel like just the act of sitting down to write, and that process of just sitting there and then letting it flow is connecting with the energies. So I feel like it's both. It's like, if I had to pick one answer, I'd say I just let it flow. I let it flow through me, and I'm like a conduit. But I also feel like I'm still making contact with energies, and I'm starting to learn about what that means.
Yeah. And it may be so it can be your guides, can be your higher self, all of that, right? That's so neat.
Great question, Blake. Thanks.
And Heidi is here. Heidi's from Boulder, Colorado. Hi, how are you doing? She's just getting home. Now Brenda is joining us tonight. Thank you for watching, Brenda.
Hi, Brenda.
She
lives
hi as well.
4 doors down from me or so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. That's awesome. So she's seen your hut lit up at night, knowing what's going on in there.
Yes. She's participated in a few guided meditation sessions, and I think she's really enjoyed it. And it's, we're all exploring, what does this all mean? What does this life mean? And what's available to us to help us understand ourselves and others, and And I think she expressed to me the other day that she has grown and expanded from um, she's from working with me in the hut here. So it's been great.
Yeah. I like that it is, it's kind of like a membership, a group of all of you that can now, do you also do your course in presence? So being present, is that online, or do you do it out there as
Yeah.
well?
So the A Course in Presence is online. I last year I did teach it so I once in a while teach it in person. It's like one of my favorite things, but the A Course in Presence in person is evolving into this immersion series. So A Course in Presence is always on my website, and it's a really neat way if you wanted to buy the books and check them out. It's like a way. It's a pre-recorded course, so you can learn at your own pace or watch the videos at your own pace, but it's almost like an audiobook. And then
Okay.
I describe what the story means to me. um, and then there's a guided journaling prompts, or you could use those guided journaling prompts to meditate on. And so when you buy that course, it's yours for a lifetime. And so it's like the books. Like I tell people, you don't need to read the books in the series in order that they came out. You don't even need to read the stories in one of the books in order. I encourage people to flip the book open to see what story were you needing in this moment, like starting to again play with that energy that's in us and all around us, almost
Yeah.
using the books like an oracle deck.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Now, you also have an
Oh yeah.
oracle deck, though. Yeah, you created that. Now, did
Yes.
you are, so writing is artistic, but are you also, do you paint them? Did you design them?
I didn't paint them, but I have them here. I took all the pictures for them. So the oracle deck has 10 cards representing each of the three books. So there's 30 cards. And so each card in the deck has an intention word and a flower essence and then a description. So all the pictures of the flowers I did take. So I'm proud of that. Like, there's all different ways that we can do creative work, and taking pictures is one of my things.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Let me just check here and see. Um, so therapeutic touch. So
Yes.
I have heard about that, and now it's similar to Reiki, is it not? Yeah.
Yes. That's
And
how I understand it. Yes.
yeah, and it's used a lot in hospitals, is it not?
Yes. And hospice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it's it's a more modern healing modality. Um, it was it's a trademark now, a registered trademark, and there's a governing body regarding it. And it was started by a registered nurse and an energy worker in the early 70s, and they have done. So it's like the organized group behind it in Ontario is called the Therapeutic Touch Network of Ontario. And if you go on their website, it's just so cool. If you go on their website, they have done scientific studies in hospitals um, that have statistically significant data to show that therapeutic touch specifically, but it's all the same energy, right?
Yeah.
Can reduce pain, can help people sleep. It's like it's it's it is certainly a healing modality that can bring relief and peace to people. Um, and it's really neat that we're actually starting to study this now. There's actually data about its effect.
Well, and if you think about it, so they have studied for babies when they're tiny, of holding them on your chest, right?
Yes.
And all of that, the closeness, being able to be held, and so I know that this is a little bit different, but it just really makes sense that
Yeah.
that would work. And whether or not, like, are you going to certain meridian points, or are you?
Yeah, not really. Like it's
No.
mostly working with 6 inches, around 6 inches from the body. But when I
Okay.
work on someone, sometimes I'll be like, I'm not getting anything and I have to move farther out, but it's really, really neat. Sometimes closer in. But the piece to the therapeutic touch that's really, really interesting is, so if we took a little closer look at the studies, so how would one study therapeutic touch if we're just like working with this energy field, right? So the way they have the control group is, one group is receiving therapy, like they think they're receiving therapeutic touch, but somebody's just making hand movements. And the group that's actually receiving therapeutic touch has the component that the person providing that therapeutic touch has a compassionate want to help another. And isn't that cool that that shows up in statistically significant data, that everyone thought they were getting therapeutic touch, but the group that received therapeutic touch through the compassion heart space of wanting to help another had significant results.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Because it's coming from your heart space, right? That's what they say. It's all about the love.
Yeah.
I think I just saw Carolyn pop in here, so let's get her. There she is.
It's a party!
Oh my gosh, this is Christmas all over again.
Welcome. Thank you for coming on my show.
Aw, thanks for
joining
inviting me. It's always lovely sharing time, space, and energy with you ladies. It's yeah, it was my pleasure to be here today.
So we were just, I did show the hut and what it looks like at night from the outside. And I have seen on a flyer as well, I think from was it the winter or yeah. Have you had one already in a springtime or summertime?
Nope.
Didn't we do?
We
a
did
fall
winter.
event?
We just did winter solstice, and so that was our first event
Yeah,
Yeah.
together.
So
it was pretty magical.
It was.
I don't think either one of us could have imagined it being that seamless.
I know.
It
Yeah,
was so good.
we're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
And I kept, afterwards, I just felt so good. I felt so centered. And I had set up these little mason jars all through the front yard and through the gate to come back to the backyard and the hut, and these little tea lights. And it was just, later on, I went to blow out the candles and I could see little bunny tracks in the snow. And I was like, oh my, this is so cool.
they were on the outside watching you guys, what you're doing on the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. So how do you run that then? Do you start with a meditation? Do you, or like, and you said you pull from the book as well to get into meditation.
And I think they're going to change and evolve, right? But so this time around, we're going to pull from, each person gets a reading from the flower reading cards. And we usually end with a guided meditation. I really like that part. It kind of like seals the deal on anything we've talked about. And so Carrie Lynn and I co do correct. We co-do guided meditation. We're gonna need to edit that. Just kidding. And it was one of my favorite parts because it was like, I said to her, I'm gonna nod, I'm gonna give you the wink when it's your turn to take over. Like, it was like I started it, kind of set the stage and grounding, and then Carrie Lynn took it to town. And
we didn't collaborate ahead of time. So I didn't know what you were going to say or do for your part of the meditation, and you didn't know what I was going to do for my part of the meditation. So we wrote it separately without letting each other know what we were going to be doing and until that day. So it was a surprise to both of us, and it couldn't have been more aligned with one another. It just really was a very magical day where we both seemed to be in tune with exactly what was needed for the people that were there and for that event. And we just showed up authentically, doing our sharing our gifts, and it just matched. It
It
just
did, didn't it?
Like I feel the two of you, your energy is matching right now. Like you both have so much happy energy
yeah.
for sure.
Well, Carrie Lynn just makes me happy.
Well, and ditto. Thank you. And ditto. I think the whole thing, the way that we did it, just it and I will be very honest about that. I've always steered away from doing events with someone else because it hasn't necessarily in the past jived well, right? And so just stay in my lane and stay very focused. And so when Stephanie dropped the seed, do you want to? And I was like, oh yeah. This is going to be a yes for me, and it didn't work out the first time. Like I think that it didn't line up. We did look at doing one prior to the summer or something like that. It just the timing wasn't working right.
Yeah.
And then because you always bring flowers when you are signing books or doing events and have somebody, like, people can choose their flower.
Yeah.
So we still did that. We still honored that. And then I did some energetic cord cutting. So they chose their flowers. We did some energetic cord cutting. And then I held you did the reading, and then I did messages. So I held the flower that they were holding. Or did we do that at the end? So we did the meditation and they held the flowers.
Well, we gave them the flower right at the beginning. So I think what happened was we had an intro, and then we went pretty soon into we talked a little bit about winter solstice and what that means, which is so cool, like to start to tap into these astrological things that have always guided society. And I think we've lost a bit of track on those, and now we're all coming aligned with it again. And so we talked a little bit about that, but then went right into Carrie Lynn did her psychic mediumship reading. So everyone had a rose, and then when it was their turn, they handed their rose to Carrie Lynn and she held it. What's that called again? We learned about this in psychometry. Yeah.
Getting the energy from the flower, grabbing their energy. Oh,
it was
nice.
one of my other favorite part.
Yes, we did the flower readings, and that was fun. Like that was nice to do, and something different as well. So
yeah.
Again, it flowed really well, and I'm looking forward to doing the spring event with that Aries energy. As like fire it up and get things going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is, no, you said that is, it's fully booked for the 22nd or 21st, is it?
I think it's the 21st, the Saturday. Yeah, so it's actually
the 22nd. I don't.
Well,
or
let me check.
Yeah, it's the day
21st.
Yeah, 21st.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you guys think that it'll be an ongoing thing, and that if anyone is interested, they should get their name in.
I sure would hope so. I mean, haven't exactly asked Carrie Lynn that yet, but it would depend on her schedule. I know you're really busy, but 4 times a year, I think it's such a cool thing for us to do together with and Cindy and I were talking about this before the show a little bit. It's like, it feels like such a grounding thing to do 4 times a year around the season change, around the sun, and what the sun is doing regarding the planet. Like, it just feels so aligned.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like it's honoring our ancestors and how they would, also honor the seasons and follow through with that. I think that we're coming back to honoring that and bringing more of that into our own practice. And that's very important in the way that the energies are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And actually finding those people to do that with too, because we were just talking about like years before, we would be witnessing these things and go home and do this stuff by ourselves. But now we can have groups and do it together with other people.
Yeah. Well, that's part of the community building, right? Which is happening in so many different areas. We're all building these communities, and the community is needed.
Yeah. So Denise is saying hi, Carrie Lynn, and Heidi is joining as well, says good evening.
Hi.
Fire energy is intense for me, many planets in Aries. Yeah. Yes, there is right now. So I had done a meditation for tonight's sound bath, and so the sun right now, the sun is in Pisces and the moon is in Virgo. And when I got looking into it more, it is about divine love meeting sacred, like, because Virgos are organized, right, and orderly. So divine love in order, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was pretty
Yeah.
neat for that tonight, but yeah, so
And it's
what
that
else?
333 portal too, right?
Yes, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's with that blood moon, it's definitely and the eclipse. So it's powerful. It's a shedding of all the stuff and in a very big, powerful way. What's you're no longer using or is
Yeah.
holding you back, right? It's going to really propel you forward.
With
yeah,
a Mercury retrograde. I was like walking around the house today going, I feel like so many new great things are happening. And then all the communication was falling apart. Like I was like making up dates and putting them in my calendar and making sure we're on for this date, right? And they're like, no, it's the next week. And I'm like, I feel like everything is so exciting. And then it was like kind of like choppy. And I'm like,
yeah. I've heard of a lot of people being frustrated on their computers today.
yeah.
Yeah, it was the Mondayest Monday I've had in a long time. That's the best way for me to put it. It was a Mondayest Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, Heidi is a moon in Virgo. Sorry. Eclipse is at 3:33 Pacific time, so that is
Oh my
6.
goodness.
Oh,
That's amazing.
3
And
hours after.
I was born at 3:33 a.m. I talk about that all the time. So 333 is just my drive to begin with. So
Wow.
numbers I know.
Oh,
Very
yeah.
cool.
Oh, James.
Hello, James.
Jamesy. Good evening, ladies. Enjoying the chat. Great blend of talents.
Thank you.
Yeah, so what else could we talk about that goes on in your meditation hut there?
Well, I was going to add to that our conversation about the gathering of people, specifically around the changing seasons and astrology. And I think there's something else that happens when we gather. Like, to me, it's like it's community and the gathering of community. And then it's like we raise our vibration together. Like something happens together in terms of the energy when we gather, whether it's in the meditation hut or elsewhere. And I'm fascinated by that piece, so like comparing meditating by yourself, which I still do, it's really important for me to do on my own. It's different than meditating in a group. Like,
Yeah, I have done a few group meditations, not here at the church, but and so I always visualize, because we are all connecting to that one source, right? So it's just a stronger bond, and especially when you're in like a circle too around, and yeah, like I think everybody feels things stronger because you're just pulling in a stronger connection. That's what I
yeah.
felt about it too. Yeah.
And I've always felt like guiding the meditation for others. I can feel the energy shift. I love that part. I can feel it, like where I just said we're raising our vibration together. At the same time, I can feel everyone going from every day, blah, 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 hello, how are you, blah, to like this low frequency of like groundedness.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when I feel that, I'm like, oh, good, it's working. And then when I feel that, even though I'm guiding the meditation, so I'm more alert maybe than the meditators, I'm like, I'm in some sort of meditative state as I'm giving the instruction. So I love that
Your
part.
breath changes, right? So,
Yeah.
as your breathing changes, you can feel the almost static energy that
Yeah.
like on your arms, and feeling how that shifts,
Yeah. Yeah.
which I love. And then I feel that everyone starts to tap in more to dimensionally as well too, because as you're starting to, I know that when I'm doing the meditations and we do the energetic cord cutting, the folks on the other side show up. It's like your light starts shining brighter, right? So immediately that
Yeah.
I feel, even if people don't necessarily or consciously are aware of it, they're feeling shifts in the space. So I feel they're picking up on them and maybe not consciously aware that that's happening in the space. Because even in that little hut with, 7 of us there, we felt all cozy in, but it started to feel even more crowded as we were doing the meditation and
Yeah.
doing, and so I feel like people could
Yeah.
feel all their loved ones in the space as well too. And I I,
Thank you
I
for
know
that.
um, that you have shared, Cindy, like in the space that some extra stuff starts happening,
Yes.
and I think that's
And
pretty magical too.
yes, and I've been doing by candlelight too. And then I'm surprised that like some people have taken pictures and they're showing me things, and I have to take a really good look because the candles can reflect and
Mhm.
put things here and there. Um,
Ask
but
them
it
to show up though. Like if they're
Pardon?
taking the photos, take a bunch of, because it's left brain thinking, but woo at the same time. Uh, Take 3 photos or 4 photos at the same time and take some without asking, and then ask them to show up.
Okay,
So do them in
yes. So she had it
succession.
on like automatic or something, so it was
Mm,
like bang, 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 bang,
fun.
and yeah, it was
Yeah.
in different spots too. But it's so little things like so there's a skylight here, and in the when we had snow up there, you would come in and you'd be thinking of something, and then, oh my gosh, that looks like 2 calves with their legs and everything. Like you can see things in the snow. Everybody is hearing things and feeling things too. Like it's almost like their loved ones are coming to
Mhm.
to do therapeutic touch on them while
Yeah,
they're doing the sound
yeah,
bath. Yeah.
of course.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I find too, you were saying about the energy levels, so we're bringing them down, we're calming them, grounding them, and that's the thing, right? I call people back and take that time to come back to your physical self, and and then when you're good and ready, you can open your eyes. But there's that
Yeah.
period of long silence, right? Because it is
Yeah.
different. I do have times where I will close my eyes, and then I really do get into it too, but obviously I have to see what bowl I'm hitting, right? But where I would just like to lie down too, like it gets super intense in here.
I re
Yeah.
I like when
Yep.
you can see them, having that awareness that they can be open and connected and grounded at the same time. That it is, feeling that shift in energy, but remaining grounded, and that what that feels like in their body. And hopefully they're able to take that awareness and that lesson or experience, and do that away from us as well too in their own
Yeah.
practice.
Yes.
Yes.
And um, and I've always said too, to let me know how you are feeling after, because I know, when I first started doing it here, there was a lot of people that were coming that weren't, they thought it was just about the sound, right? They weren't thinking that it was actually a healing session, and would leave with these uncomfortable feelings, not that it's not supposed to be uncomfortable, but if there is clearing to be done, they may have ringing in their ears afterwards, or at the time, it may not feel good in a certain area, but that's part of the clearing. So I have just made it clear that they can contact me and we can work through it afterwards. So, yeah, it's,
I know somebody that's been and they raved about it.
oh, this one? Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, but somebody else as well too.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's,
Yeah.
Oh, good.
yeah. I'm going to go back again next Monday, but I went one time and I'm like, what is happening? It was so beautiful in the moment. And then as I made my way home, I became more and more grounded and I slept like a baby. And then the next morning it was continuing on.
Yeah.
And I was like, in a really, really good way, could not get out of bed, did not want to get out of bed. I was so peaceful. Everything made sense. I was in such a great space.
Oh.
But also, probably with you saying that, Cindy, I'm now thinking and feeling like my body had some healing to do, right? So it was responding to that and wanting to rest to continue the healing. Like, really special, that work that
But
you're
it
doing.
could have just been supporting you too because of all of the energy that is outside, right? Because
Yes.
once you leave here, you're walking into a wall of everything else, right?
It's dense. It's dense. Yeah. And I wanted to add to, you were saying what else happens in the meditation hut. And it reminded me that in all honesty, most of the time, like if I were to do my own research, most of the time it's people new to the meditation hut and new to meditation that have said that once there was a man here during a meditation group. And I also, at the end of the meditation, I give them time to come back to the room. And then I gently ask if anyone wants to share, did you see anything? Did you see colors? Did you feel anything? And new to the meditation hut, this man said, I felt someone put their hand on my shoulder during meditation. And he was not afraid. He loved it. And I feel like he knew who it was, but it's like he didn't ever come in here expecting to feel that or expecting to not be afraid of that, right? Somebody else new to guided meditation and new to the meditation hut, another time last year, and I said, did you feel anything? Did you want to share anything? There's no pressure. And she said, yep, right away, I felt somebody put their hand on my hand. And I'm like so proud of everyone for sharing that. That's a lot to come to someone's meditation hut and then meditate and then share that you felt someone's hand. And then another time someone felt someone sit on the couch in between two people in here. There's a couch over there.
I love that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is nice. More people are willing to share that. Like I know there's a couple people who, they come quite often. I can't say that they come every time, but at the beginning, I didn't really speak how I would speak to you guys, right? Because I knew they were looking at me in a certain way, and as the weeks went on, it grew, right? And I could say anything to them and talk about anything universally, spirits, anything like that. And yeah, so they do start to share this now too, and they are experiencing that. And that could also be too of just them opening up, like the benefits of the sound baths and meditation, all of that, right? Can be opening them up too. So
and the community part of it, like having that community, because it is moving past old belief systems or belief systems. We'll run with that, or preconceived, or within their home judgment from people not understanding. So there's that safety in being vulnerable to share, and we provide that space for them. And
I think with the planets right now, isn't what the planets are suggesting is that we release all of those old belief systems too. Right. So everybody's going to be witnessing these things.
And I think when
there is no veil. There's no veil.
No.
There's none. folks.
Well, you've heard it here tonight from Carrie Lynn Shellhorn. The veil is gone.
Well, I
So
just don't
do you
think it
think-
ever existed anyway. Like, I really don't think it
I
existed.
know, because I feel like when we gather in community, when we shove aside self-limiting beliefs and go, I'm just going to try this guided meditation, we are opening the channel.
Yeah, we just have more clarity, and it's more clear. And at those certain points of time during the year when we say the veil is thinner, it's because we're collectively focusing, and now we have more people that are consciously aware and awake and working on their healing and moving all of these blocks out of the way. So it adds to that clarity for people who haven't been having those experiences before, to have more of that.
So are you saying that you think that our global collective consciousness being raised has taken that
Contributed
veil
to
away?
more clarity? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the planets as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are doing that for us. I'm behind on the chat here. 3 is Heidi's number 2.
I
Oh.
love that.
Howie was here, or maybe he's still here, much like dreams as well, as Aquarius rules with Pluto and Uranus. That might have been from earlier when I was, talking about divine love, maybe. And Michelle is saying, this moon has the energy around me charged. I was feeling that today too. And I was really grateful that that I had the sound bath tonight, right? Like, I mean, I can do that for myself, but to have that group session tonight, and I was also thinking about having it before the podcast too, because it relaxes me and I don't have the anxiety that I normally probably would have, but anyhow, yes, Michelle. So we're coming up to the hour. What would you guys like to share with any, or just share something that you think people need to know right now about meditation, or things that they should be doing right now to support themselves and their alignment?
You can
You
go
go first, Steph.
Okay.
No.
Well, I always go by me, because everywhere I go, there I am. So I have a couple of things that I hope this answers your question well. And it's like, I'll just say it like this. One of the things that I'm noticing is, this may seem out from left field, but nutrition. And I still eat donuts. I had a donut thing in February, and when I turned the calendar to March, I'm like, I hope that donut thing's over. So I don't mean to say don't eat the donuts, but I am saying really tune into, I feel like there's a return to, we're going to honor this vessel, this body that is here. It is a tuning fork. We're picking up energetic signals. So how are we talking to ourselves in our heads about our body? What are we eating? And so, for example, I still eat the donuts. This time of year where there's those white powdered donuts and they're so fresh and they've got the filling inside. What are they called?
The mini ones,
Well, no, these are
donuts.
large.
Oh.
They're like anyway, they're in all the grocery stores, 4 in a pack. I can't even talk about it. But what I do is I'll say, what fruit am I having in the morning, like between breakfast and lunch? And then what vegetable am I making with supper? And it's as simple as that. It's not, no fat food is bad, but am I getting the nutrients into my body to have it be its optimal self? I also tell myself, if I'm feeling like this, like what I was describing earlier, I feel like good things are happening and yet things were crumbling. I'm like with my schedule, and I thought, oh, it's Mercury retrograde. It's okay. It's not your fault. I always say to myself, if you're feeling like this, others are feeling like this too. And so that's part of the bringing the collective into your mind of I'm not alone in feeling this right now.
Right. Yeah. Love it.
I always donate. I'll eat the donut and go, let me just keep what's best for me, and I'm donating the rest of the universe, and thank you very much.
I see that now too because I learned from you. I think it's
Yeah.
great.
Okay, so for me, it's taking the time to pause and tap into your body. So meditation can be that 10-second pause throughout the day. So giving yourself that permission to ground and come back to center and knowing what that feels like. So in alignment, it's making sure the thoughts, words, and actions are in alignment. So don't be saying something that doesn't feel truthful to you, and making sure that your actions are in alignments with your thoughts and belief systems. So that would be
Yeah,
my suggestion.
thank you. That's perfect. Um, Michelle is saying, I'm working on nutrition and more exercises and activities. And Denise, I made a mint chocolate chip cookie today.
Yeah.
That sounds good. I love mint chip. And so I think that too, like for a while, when I was getting really connecting and things like that, we kind of get into where believing that we're a star seed, we're from, connecting more that direction and forgetting that we are human, so we need to take care of this, right? And I think that, we all get what things that make us feel good is these sugars and things like that, right? And why not? I think it's just keep it all in balance too. Yeah.
The moderation of it, and it shifts when your vibration shifts, so you come away from it. And we are seasonal, so we want those heavier things through the winter, we want lighter things as we are, what we are pulled to shifts with the seasons, just
Right.
like it did with our ancestors, and we're just becoming
Right.
more aware of
Good
that.
one. Yes.
Perfect. Oh, Adam, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. So I think we're going to wrap it up now, but thank you so much, you guys, for joining me tonight. That was a wonderful show. I'm so glad that you guys came on. So
Thanks.
when you do have your next sessions, or even before that, we'll have you on again. And when your other book comes out, The Manifesting, Immersion, is that what you called it?
That's the new series, the new in-person offering. But the new book, the title is a secret for now, but it's
Okay.
fantastic.
Okay.
That's not it, fantastic, but it is fantastic.
Oh,
Yeah.
good.
It's almost done. Like it's really something. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, thank you
Thanks
guys.
for having us.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Takes me a minute here.